The ancient forest's peace is shattered by the harsh scent of burnt fuel and twisted metal. The air is thick with smoke, and the once tranquil sounds of birds and rustling leaves are replaced by the distant crackle of fire and the groan of cooling metal. You step into a world transformed by disaster, where every sense is heightened and every detail matters. Through dense ferns and tangled undergrowth, a helicopter's wreckage lies broken, its fuselage torn open, debris scattered across the ground, like the aftermath of a violent storm. The twisted metal glints in the dappled sunlight, a stark contrast to the lush green around it. Smoke curls from the engine, warning of danger. The acrid smell stings your nose, and the heat radiating from the wreckage is a constant reminder that the situation is still volatile. Instinct urges you to rush in, but caution is vital. Hazards are everywhere. Leaking fuel pools beneath the wreck, unstable wreckage threatens to collapse, and sharp fragments jut from the ground. Hidden dangers lurk beneath your feet, jagged metal, splintered wood, and the possibility of fire. The destruction is overwhelming, and the chaos of the crash has left the area unpredictable and treacherous. A rotor blade is embedded deep in the earth, its edge gleaming dangerously. Shattered plexiglass glitters among the leaves, evidence of the force of impact. Personal effects, backpacks, maps, and survival gear are strewn about, silent witnesses to the chaos. Each item tells a story, a reminder of the people who were here only moments ago. You are now a first responder. Your actions in these first moments matter more than ever. The responsibility weighs on your shoulders as you scan the scene for survivors and hazards. The wilderness is unforgiving, and the crash has created new unpredictable threats, unstable trees, shifting debris, and the ever-present risk of fire or explosion. Your bushcraft skills, calm, careful movement, and clear thinking, are now essential. Every step must be deliberate, every action measured, as you navigate this hazardous environment. Combine your knowledge of the wild with emergency protocols. Check for hazards, secure the area, and prepare to render aid. Your training and instincts must work together seamlessly. Stay alert, assess, and don't act recklessly. Take a moment to breathe, observe, and plan your next move. The safety of everyone depends on your ability to stay focused. This is no longer a routine hike. You are a critical link in the chain of survival. Your mindset must shift from explorer to rescuer, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Every decision you make now could mean the difference between life and death. In these first moments, your courage, preparation, and presence of mind will shape the outcome for everyone at the crash site. Fire is the most immediate and unpredictable threat at a helicopter crash site. Fuel may have leaked from ruptured tanks pooling beneath the wreckage. Even a single spark from static electricity or shifting metal could ignite an inferno in seconds, engulfing everything nearby. The risk of fire is ever present, and it can escalate rapidly, leaving little time to react. Even if you don't see visible flames, the danger hasn't passed. The air is often thick with toxic fumes released by burning plastics, leaking chemicals, and smoldering materials. Inhaling these fumes can cause serious harm, from dizziness and nausea to long-term respiratory damage. The invisible threats can be just as deadly as the obvious ones. Always position yourself upwind and keep a safe distance from the wreckage. This simple precaution can protect you from both fire and hazardous smoke, giving you precious seconds to react if conditions worsen. The helicopter's rotors, even if they appear still, are a hidden danger. They can shift or spin unexpectedly due to residual energy or shifting wreckage. Never approach from the front or rear where you're most exposed. Treat the entire rotor system as live and unpredictable. Blades can drop, flex, or move without warning, and even a slight touch can cause severe injury. The wreckage itself is unstable and may collapse at any moment. Shifting debris, weakened structures, and hidden hazards can make every step dangerous. The crash has also destabilized the surrounding landscape. Watch for weakened branches overhead, jagged metal debris, and tangled wires underfoot that could trip or electrocute you. Before moving closer, take a moment to scan for hazards. Assess the scene carefully. Your safety must always come first, no matter how urgent the situation feels. Rushing in blindly, driven by adrenaline or panic, risks turning you into another victim. Take a breath and evaluate before you act. A calm, observant approach is your best tool in a chaotic scene. Staying composed helps you notice dangers others might miss. Only by protecting yourself, using whatever gear or barriers are available, can you truly help others in need. Every step must be deliberate and cautious. In a crash zone, your awareness and preparation are your greatest assets for survival and rescue. Don't rush in. Establish a safe observation point at least 100 meters upwind. Find cover with a clear view of the wreckage. Watch for smoke, flames, or movement. Listen for cries or shifting metal. Take stock of your resources: phone, first aid kit, water and food. This is active assessment, not passive waiting. Your observations will guide rescue teams. Patience and discipline now are the marks of a true first responder. Once safe, contact authorities immediately. Use your phone or satellite device to call emergency services. State clearly, helicopter crash. Give precise location details, GPS coordinates, landmarks, or trail names. Describe the scene type of helicopter, visible damage, fire, smoke, and signs of survivors. If you have no signal, use a satellite messenger's SOS function. If all communication fails, send someone for help with a map and clear directions. If alone, weigh the risks of leaving survivors versus seeking help. Make the site visible for rescuers. Your information is vital. Every detail you provide shapes the rescue response. Act quickly, but always with safety in mind. If the fire risk is low and the area appears stable, your first priority is to stay calm and assess the situation from a safe distance. If you know that help is on the way, approach the wreckage with extreme caution, always being aware of your surroundings and any potential hazards. Move slowly and deliberately, avoiding the helicopter's rotors, which can shift unexpectedly, and watching for sharp debris or leaking fuel that could pose additional risks. Call out loudly for survivors. Listen carefully for any response, whether it's a voice, a moan, or even a faint sound that could indicate someone is alive and in need of help. Look inside the wreckage without climbing on it. Count the number of people you see, observe their injuries, and try to determine their condition as best as you can from your vantage point. Do not attempt to move anyone unless they are in immediate danger, such as from fire, smoke, or a risk of explosion. Moving injured people can worsen their injuries. Reassure any conscious survivors. Speak calmly, let them know that help is coming, and encourage them to remain as still as possible to avoid further harm. Keep survivors warm by covering them with blankets or clothing, and remember not to give them food or water, as this could complicate medical treatment later. For those who are unconscious, check for breathing and signs of life. If you are trained, consider CPR only if it is safe to do so, and you're not putting yourself at risk. Your main role is to comfort and monitor the survivors, not to attempt complex medical procedures. Stay with them, offer reassurance, and keep a close eye on their condition. Help maintain their body temperature and minimize any unnecessary movement, as this can prevent shock and further injury. Wait patiently for professional rescuers to arrive. Your calm presence and steady support are critical in these moments of uncertainty. Communicate clearly with emergency services. Provide updates if possible, and act as a bridge between the survivors and the experts who will take over. Remember, every action you take should prioritize safety and survival, both for yourself and for those you are trying to help. After aiding survivors, focus on guiding rescuers. Make your location visible. Create a large X with bright materials or natural contrast. Use 3 of anything: fires, rocks, whistle blasts, as a universal distress signal. If lighting fires, keep them far from fuel and under control. Mark trails with broken branches, cairns, or tape for ground teams. Frequent, obvious markers save rescuers time and energy. Use sound. 3 whistle blasts carry farther than your voice. If no whistle, bang rocks or strike logs to make noise. The goal: create signals that stand out in the wilderness. Every marker and sound increases your chances of being found. Guide rescuers efficiently to save lives. Rescue may take hours or days. Prepare to wait. The wreckage can be a resource. Search for survival kits, first aid, flares, water and rations. Build shelter with fuselage panels and insulation. Keep away from the main wreckage. Ration your water. Check for bottles or tanks, but always purify before drinking. Collect water upstream from the crash to avoid contamination. Use a filter, tablets, or boil water if possible. Signal continuously. Use mirrors, reflective surfaces, or phone screens by day, lights at night. Maintain signals, shelter, and water supply. Turn waiting into active survival. Stay organized and alert. Your efforts increase the chance of rescue. Every action you take now is about endurance and visibility. Survival is about using every available resource wisely. A helicopter crash in the wild is rare, but it proves the value of preparedness. Panic is the enemy. Knowledge and calm save lives. Skills like assessing danger, signaling, and providing for basic needs are essential for anyone outdoors. Carry a first aid kit, communication tools, and shelter supplies. They're investments in safety. Prioritize your safety first, then help others. This isn't selfish, it's survival. The wilderness demands respect. Preparedness is the best way to show it. Knowledge weighs nothing, but in a crisis it's the most valuable thing you have.